All my Beck flute players. This video is going to be short. It's just going to go over some of the very basic stuff about playing the flute. Some things maybe if you haven't played in a while, you might need some reminders. So that's what I'm going to set out to do. There's two things you want to consider when you put your flute together. Number one is this bottom joint called the foot joint here. You want to make sure that when you put your flute together, the pole up here on the second joint is in the middle of your pinky key. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pinky key, right? And then see this pole here? That rod should be in the middle. That makes it so that when I hold my flute up, my pinky just sits right on it the way it goes. The other thing you might want to take a look at is where your head joint, how it's screwed in and where it goes. So the left side, when I'm looking at my flute, like straight on, the left side of the head joint, the tone hole here, should line up with the left side of the second key. So what you usually do is you take your flute from the bottom to the top, you kind of look down it, and you turn it here to make sure that this left side of the tone hole matches the left side of the second key, your B key, where you put your first finger. All right? That keeps everything lined up nice for you. When you're holding the flute, something a lot of kids do I see is they take their thumb and they like wrap it around the front way too much. Where your thumb goes on the flute, it should be as if you're just doing this with your right hand. You're putting your first finger and your thumb together and your flute just gets in the way. All right, so your thumb should be like right under, okay? So you just, right there, nice and under. You don't want to let it curl over. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect right under, but pretty close. And that helps you hold the flute, in the right spot. Lines everything up. Posture is really important. You want to make sure you're sitting up when you play the flute, and you want to make sure you keep your right arm up. You want your flute to be, straight when you're playing. You don't want it to like hang down, and you shouldn't need like the back of your chair, although this chair's a little high, it's impractical, or the armrest or whatever to hold your flute up. Right? You should be able to do it with just your hand. It's not that heavy of an instrument, and you can do it. So when you're done, your foot joint is lined up right. Your head joint is lined up right. You got the right position with your finger right under your thumb right under your finger. You're holding it up, and then you're ready to play. You have nice posture. That's the very basics of putting it together and holding it. When you're making a sound on the flute, your embouchure, how your lips are, you're going to want to think about like what you make when you taste something sour. So when you taste something sour, the corners of your mouth come up like this, and you put your lips together, right? And that's close to the kind of the embouchure. It's supported and tight, and these corners of your mouth are pulled up. Now, when you make the actual hole through your lips that the air comes through, you don't have to actually think about opening your lips. You can just let the air make the hole. So you push air, and as long as you have this embouchure, it'll push a little hole. It's called your aperture, where the air comes through, and it should be just about the right amount. So I have the flute up here. I don't have to actually separate my lips. I just let the air do it. When you separate notes on the flute, you're going to use your tongue. And what you do when you use your tongue is you think of the word two. So if I have my mouth over here and I go two, 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 it's just like that. The tip of your tongue is kind of hitting where your gums meet your top teeth. And that's how you separate notes. So if I played 4 separate notes, I would use one stream of air and let my tongue separate them. Just like that. You don't want to use a separate shot of air for each note. Because when you have to play really fast, you're going to end up passing out, just puffing air in. It's just like when you talk or say a sentence. You use one stream of air, right? And your syllables, your tongue, your lips, they separate it. So you're separating a stream of air. Same thing when you play the flute. It's just the same exact principle. Right? If you're not used to tonguing, something you can do to help you get better at it is to hold a note for 4 beats. Like right now I'm going to hold a B flat for 4 beats. And then I'm going to tongue 4 separate quarter notes on it after I hold it out. When I separate the notes, I'm just going to use my tongue. So you hold the note out to get used to moving the air and keeping the air going, and then you let your tongue do the same thing. You have to remember that when you're tonguing, you're doing the same thing with your air as you did when you were just holding the note out. Your tongue is just now separating it into 4 beats, so the air is never stopping. So you could do this with me if you want, or you can just listen if you want to hear what it sounds like. I'm going to play it on a B flat, or just a regular middle low B flat right in the staff, right? So I'm going to hold it for 4 beats, and then I'm going to tongue for 4 beats, and I'm not going to change my air. So it's 1, 2, ready. Just like that. And you can do this exercise slower or hold them out for longer. Try to tongue more. The important thing is to just remember that your air is always moving, right? You're not going to use a separate shot of air for each note. That happens a lot in middle school. So try to correct it now. That would be great. I'm going to do a small exercise, and I'm just going to go over a few notes and change octaves. So the flute, a lot of the notes when you play, they have the same fingering when they're the lower note and the higher note, right? You just change the way your air moves, and some people change where their jaw is. So I'm going to talk about that because it's really, really important to be able to do that and be able to differentiate between the lower octave and the higher octave. So we are going to use the notes G, A, B, and C. And we're going to play the lower version, and then with just our air, not stopping the air, just keep it moving, push and get the higher version out, and then back down to the lower version. We're going to do them on quarter notes, and I'll count it off. We'll do it one at a time. I'm going to show you what it sounds like. So first I have a G, and it's right here. So when I go for the high G, or the higher G, I'm going to move my air faster, and I'm going to try to aim it higher. So if you aim your air higher, usually you get the higher versions of the notes. And if you aim it just straight across your flute or down more, you'll get the lower version. So you want to be able to do that without stopping the air. So I can do 2 things. You move your air, or a few things actually. You move your air faster, you aim it higher, and if you need to, you can push out your lower jaw a little bit, and that usually just directs the air directly up. So if I do it on G, it sounds like this. So I didn't stop the air, I just kept it moving. So we're going to try that together on the notes G, A, B, C, and then come down, B, A, G. All right, here we go. So quarter notes, ba, breathe, ba, just right up the scale. 1, 2, ready, and. So that's a little exercise you can do that you don't need music for, just to help you get used to separating the octaves. And it helps you learn what kind of air you need to get to the higher versions of the notes and the lower versions, all right? So that's it. That's the basics. Guys, I'm happy you watched this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, that just means that you're really, really good and you're ready to go. All right, thanks a lot. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.